Testing. Test. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Sound check. Hi everyone, is anyone there? Can you all hear my voice loud and clear? If you can hear my voice, please type yes in the red color chat box below, so that I know that I'm not talking to myself. If not, I'll be talking to myself for the next half an hour. Hello, there is anyone there? Hi, Joel and Cindy. Okay, good to hear that. We shall start in another 1 or 2 minutes time as I'm waiting for more people to come in. Oh yeah, by the way, is this your first time attending my online lesson, or have you attended my online lesson before? Has anyone attended my online lesson before, or this is your first time? Okay, great. Okay, maybe I think of you are students, right? Is there any parents here? Okay, maybe some of you are parents, some of you are students, okay? So can you just introduce yourself in the red color chat box? All right, tell us what is your name, what school you are from, and remember not to spam, okay? Okay, tell everyone what's your name, what school you are from, and hopefully you can, maybe you can know some people here or make some new friends here. Hi, Titus. Oh, me too, school. And Siri is from TMPS. Wow, we can see students from all over Singapore coming for this lesson. That's great. Oh, hi Cindy. You are a parent here, and you have a daughter studying in P4. Okay, this lesson is actually meant for P5, but I believe that you are learning this for yourself, right? So that you can teach your child questions that she doesn't know. Well, all different schools, I don't see anyone from the same school. Okay, anyway, let's start a lesson, right? Because it's already 8:04. So, by the way, if you feel some lag in the video, you can actually adjust your video settings in this button over here. Okay, but if you adjust to be more clear, all right, take note that there may be some minutes of lag. Okay, so if the video is clear, all right, you don't have to do anything. You just have to continue watching the video. All right, don't have to change anything. Yes, hi everyone, nice to meet you. Hi Michelle. Great to see parents here learning to coach their kids. Okay, so I believe that most of you are here and you have introduced yourself. And if you happen to find your friends here, that's good for you. At least you're not alone here. Okay, so some rules and some guidelines to follow in this lesson. Okay, remember, don't spam in the chat box. Okay, type in your questions and I'll try to answer at the end of the lesson. Okay, because this video is not totally live. Okay, because it's through online, there may be about 1 or 2 minutes of lag. Okay, lag meaning that when I talk now, right, after 1 minute, then you will hear my voice. Okay, but sometimes it's not that bad, okay. So when you type in your questions and I didn't answer you, it doesn't mean that I'm rude. Okay, it's just that I didn't see my answers don't come straight away. Okay, but I promise you that I will answer your questions by the end of the lesson. Okay, and of course, no surfing on Facebook, Instagram, or playing Minecraft or Clash of Clans. Okay, but I'm teaching. All right, because I believe SE1 is coming, so do focus on this lesson, and I'm sure you'll learn something useful from here. Okay, shall we get set, go? All right, so let's cover what we will do in this lesson. Okay, first of all, we shall go through some important concepts which you have learned in primary 5, and some concepts you have learned before P5. Okay, and after that, we shall go through how to check your answers. Okay, I will show you some important problem sums that you should know how to solve. All right, then later I will teach you how to check your answers. And I'll also teach you how to avoid some common mistakes, okay, so that you don't make them in your coming exams. Okay, and I'll also go through some time management skills with you, as well as some exam skills with you. Okay, have you all seen me before? All right, this is me. Okay, some people say I look very fierce here, but I'm not. Right, I'm actually more friendly than this picture. A lot of people say that I look like the Running Man, the Korean guy. I can't remember his name. Is it Keo Suk or something? Okay, whatever. Okay, but yeah, I'm not him. I look like him, but I'm not him. Okay, and I graduated from NUS with a degree in maths. Okay, when I say this, most students ask, is there really a degree in maths? Okay, yes, there's degree in maths, but we learn more complicated things. All right, we don't learn things like model drawing anymore. Okay, we learn more things, more complicated stuff in maths, like algebra and complex numbers, all these things, right? And I'm also currently a math tutor and director at IntelliCat Tuition School. I run a tuition center here, which is located near Kovan MRT. Okay, and most of my classes there are full. All right, that's why I use online lesson to teach more students around Singapore. And of course, some students stay very far away, like Jurong, Clementi, all this area. So it may be inaccessible to reach my tuition center, which is located near Kovan. All right, so I choose to teach online sometimes. Okay, I'm also a director of tutornotes.com.sg, which offer online courses for primary school and secondary school. Okay, I'm also a car lecturer in a local polytechnic, and I have more than 10 years of teaching experience, and I teach maths from primary, secondary, and JC. Okay, and so that's me. All right, so have you prepared your paper and pen ready? All right, because you need to take down some notes over here to make sure that you don't forget what I say. So let's go through some important concepts which we will learn today. Okay, first of all is working backwards. Okay, working backwards. When do we work backwards? Okay, you work backwards when you're given a final condition and you need to find the starting numbers. Okay, that means the question gives you the final numbers and you need to work backwards to find the starting numbers. Okay, so this is called working backwards. Okay, number times value. Okay, this is a method which I've seen very commonly in papers nowadays. Okay, this method is used when you have, for example, two 50-cent coin and three $1 coins, and you need to find the total value. All right, so basically number times value will give you the total value. Okay, so number times value will give you the total value. All right, so we'll go through some examples on this later. Okay, remainder concept. All right, remainder concept, I'm sure you all know this. This is linked to fractions. Okay, that means he gives some part away, then out of the remainder, he gives another part away. Okay, so we're going through this also, called the remainder concept. And after that, we shall go through constant part, constant total, and constant difference. Okay, constant means it's the same. All right, so this one, you must know when to apply for each of them. Okay, so what does a constant part means? Okay, constant part means one part stay the same while the other part change. Okay, in other words, let's say you have a starting ratio of, you have a starting ratio of A is to B. Okay, and let's say A changes, let's say A decrease, but B stays the same. Okay, this is called a constant part. Okay, then for constant total, right, is when the total stays the same. So when does the total stay the same? Can you make a guess? Okay, it's for internal transfer. Okay, that means let's say A give a part to B. Okay, let's say if A give 20 sweets to B, the total will stay the same. Okay, before and after. Right, so this is for internal transfer. All right, the total stays the same. Okay, then for constant difference, right? Constant difference means the difference stays the same. Okay, a very common example would be for question that's linked to age. Okay, because when two people grow old, right, the age difference will stay the same, right? In other words, the age difference between you and your parents will always be the same. Right, your parents can't be growing older than you, and you can't be growing older than your parents also. Right, do you understand what I say? Okay, so when you see questions that's linked to age, usually they are applying this constant difference concept. Okay, and of course, last but not least, you need to deal with questions that everything change, right? That involve everything change. Okay, everything change means nothing stays the same. Okay, the A change, right? The B change, and the total change. All right, everything change, right? Nothing stays the same. Okay, so we will be doing an example of this later on. Are you all clear so far? If you have any question, do feel free to type it down in the chat box, and I'll answer you when I'm free, and I'll also answer you by the end of the lesson. Okay, so let's look at this example here that involve working backwards. Okay, I have seen this type of question quite commonly in exam papers nowadays. Okay, so you need to know how to do this type of question. All right, so we read the question first. I think the most important thing is to underline the keyword. All right, so you can understand the question better. So the question says that the average number. All right, you know what's average, right? Okay, average is the total divided by the you add out everyone together and divide by the total number of people. Okay, so the average number of sweets Amy, Ben, Charles, and David had was 61. Okay, after Amy gave away 32 of her sweets. Okay, so Amy give away, right? Give away is a keyword also. All right, then Ben purchase. Purchase means he buy. All right, that means he add 35 sweets. Okay, and Charles received, right? Receive means is addition, okay, some from his father, and the number of sweets he had tripled. Okay, what are triple means? It means times 3, right? Triple means times 3. And David sold away half of his, right? David sold away half of his. Okay, and the final result is they had the same number of sweets. Right, they had the same number of sweets. Okay, and they want to find the number of sweets that David had at first. Okay, at first, they want to find a number of sweets that David had at first. Okay, so this is an example working backwards. Okay, but I shall use a model drawing to solve this question. Okay, so I'm sure you have learned model drawing before, right? So let's try to use a model drawing to solve this question. So what is the results in the end? They have the same number of sweets, right? The result in the end. So let's draw the model for A, B, C, D. Okay, so since they have the same number of sweets in the end, I draw them to be equal model. Okay, understand so far? Because they have the same number of sweets. All right, so I make sure that all the 4 models are equal. Okay, so now I need to work backwards. Okay, so let's read the question again, right? The question says that Amy gave away 32 of her sweets. Okay, give away means Amy minus 32, right? So if we work backwards, should you plus 32 or minus 32? All right, you should plus, okay? Because you're working backwards. Okay, so for Amy, you need to plus 32. Understand? Okay, so if Ben purchased 35 sweets, if you work backwards, what should you do? You should minus away the 35 sweets that he brought, right? Okay, because remember, you're working backwards in this case. Okay, okay, now Charles received some from his father, and the number of sweets he had tripled. Okay, tripled means his sweets times 3. Correct or not? Right, that means the total units that he had in the end is 3 units over here. Okay, so in this case, I draw 3 units over here. And now to make it consistent, I need to break up all the rest of the model into 3 units each. Do you understand this? Right, this is very important because I want to make them the same, right, to make them consistent. Okay, and so since his sweets are tripled, so to find the starting sweets, I have to minus away 2 units. Understand? Because his sweets has tripled in the end. So to find the starting, I have to minus away 2 units. All right, so for Charles at the start will be 1 unit over here. Okay, then David sold half away of his. Okay, so since David sold half away, right, you should plus 3 units. Right, to find the starting number, right? Okay, so this is David, 6 units over here. Okay, so let's work out the rest of the model. Right, Amy is 32, 3 units plus 32. And for Ben, all right, for Ben is 3 units minus 35, right? So I draw 3 units. And here I need to put a dotted line because he minus away 35, right? And here is 35. Okay, are you clear the model so far? Okay. And so what is the total number of sweets at the start? All right, the total number of sweets at the start will be 61 times 4. Okay, because this is average, right? The average number of sweets they have was 61, right? So the total number of sweets they had at the start will be 61 times 4, which will give us 244. Okay, so this will represent the total number of sweets at the start. Okay, now, so to find 1 unit, okay, what do I need to do? Okay, I will need to take 244 minus away the extra part here, the minus away 32, then plus this part over here which is being lost. Okay, and that will be equals to 3 unit plus 3 unit plus 1 unit plus 6 units. Okay, do you understand that? Okay, let me repeat that again. You take 244, minus away this excess part over here, and plus 35 units over here, you will get 3 unit plus 3 unit plus 1 unit plus 6 units. Okay, so you take 3 unit plus 3 unit. Okay, because remember, right, this one is 3 units at the start, right? Plus 1 unit plus 6 unit will be equals to 244 minus 32 plus 35. Understand so far? Okay, so 3 unit plus 3 unit plus 1 unit plus 6 unit, you will get a total of 13 units. Okay, and 244 minus 32 plus 35, you will get 247. Okay, from here you can find 1 unit. So 1 unit will be 19. Okay, and so the question asked for David at first, right? David at first is 6 units. All right, so to find 6 units, you simply take 19 times 6, and the answer will be 114 sweets. Okay, so this is an example of how we work backwards. Is this question clear with you all? All right, if you don't understand or if any questions, do feel free to type them down in the chat box, and I'll answer to your questions in the end of the lesson. Okay, let's look at a second example over here. Okay, at a food fair, all right, the ratio of adults to the number of children, okay, was 1:4. Okay, each boy was given 3 buns, each girl was given 2 buns, while each adult received 1 bun. Okay, and the question says that a total of 486 buns were distributed, in total. All right, and the ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls was 1:2. Okay, and the question asks how many girls were there at the food fair. Okay, so in this case, I need to find the starting ratio between the adults, boys and girls, right? Okay, so let's write down the information given first. So first of all, adults is to children is 1:4. Okay, and then the ratio for boys is to girls is 1:2. So I'm just copying down the information as given. All right, this is adults to children, this is boys to girls. Okay, so now boys plus girls equals to what? Okay, equals to children, right? Equals to total children. Okay, so you find a total. Right, for this part over here, you take 1 plus 2, you get 3 units. Okay, so now I need to make this one. Okay, I need to make this one over here the same as this one over here, because this stands for the total number of children. Okay, so what do you need to do? All right, you will need to, this one over here need to times 4, and this one over here you need to times 3. Okay, to make them the same. Okay, to make the total children the same. So 1 times 3 is 3, while 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, then over here you times 4 everything, you get 4:8 is to 12. Okay, can you see that I make the units for children the same? Okay, so now you can find the ratio between adults is to boys is to girls, right? Okay, so adult will be how many units? 3 units. Boys will be how many units? 4 units, okay? While girls will be 8 units. Okay, so this will be the ratio between adults is to boys is to girls. All right, so now I need to find the buns that they receive. You can remember, right? Each boy was given 3 buns, each girl was given 2 buns, while each adult received 1 bun. Okay, so remember the method. The method is called number times value. Okay, number stands for the number of units over here, and make a guess. What does value stand for? All right, the value in this case stands for a number of buns. Okay, the buns is called a value now. Okay, so you take the units for adult, which is 3 units times the number of buns that one adult receive. You get 3 units. Okay, you take the boys, which is 4 units, times the buns that the boy receive. You get 12 units. And you take the girls, 8 units, times, right, each girl receive 2 buns, times 2, you get 16 units. Okay, you take a number of units times the number of buns that each person receive, right? You get total number of buns. Okay, so now basically you just have to add everything together. Okay, you add up 3 units plus 12 units plus 16 units, and this will stand for the total number of buns. Okay, so you take 3 units plus 12 units plus 16 units, and this will stand for 496 buns, right? Okay, from here you work it out, you get 31 units equals to 496. All right, and since the question asks for what? The question asks for the total number of girls, right? Total number of girls. The girls is how many units? 8 units. Okay, so to find 8 units, you take 496 divide by 31 times 8. Okay, this is a shortcut lah. All right, you take 496 divided by 31 times 8. And the total, and the final answer will be 128 girls. All right, so this is an example of number times value. Are you all clear with this question? Okay, so you can apply this method not only for money, right? Because usually this method is applied for money. Like for example, each boy was given 20 cents, each girl was given 30 cents, example. Okay, but you can also apply for buns or other stuff also, okay? It doesn't have to apply for money all the time. Oh, Chelsea, you got a question, huh? You did not quite get. Which question do you not quite get it? Is it the first one? Right, if you don't get a question, don't worry. At the end of the lesson, you can just stay back, right? Don't log out first, and I'll explain to you again, okay? All right, so for this one, I'm thinking you are clear with this. So continue the next one. Okay, this question is dealing with remainder concept. Okay, in ABC bookstore, 40% of the books are non-fiction books. Okay, so let's underline the keyword again. 40% are non-fiction. Okay, 70% of the remainder, right? This is a keyword of the remainder are fiction books, and the rest are assessment books. Okay, and the question asks for there are 30 more, and the question says that there are 30 more fiction books than non-fiction books. Okay, and after some non-fiction books are sold, 25% of the remaining books are non-fiction books. Okay, and the question asks how many books are left altogether. Oh, I saw there's a person asking why is it 3 units plus 12 units plus 16 units? Okay, let's go back to the earlier one again. You take the total units, you add up together. All right, you get a total number of buns. Understand or not? You just add up because this is the total buns received by the adults. Okay, if you want, you can write down a statement over here. All right, this one is the buns received by adults. This one is the buns received by the boys, and this is the buns received by the girls, right? So add up them together, you get a total number of buns. Okay, that's how you get 496. Okay, but anyway, let's continue first. All right, because I will still go through with you if you still don't understand at the end of the lesson. Okay, just stay back behind. Okay, so when you deal question that deal with remainder concept, okay, one of the best technique that you can use is draw a tree diagram, right? Okay, you draw a tree diagram like this. We have 40%, which are non-fiction. Okay, so if 40% non-fiction, what is the remainder? The remainder is 60%, right? You take 100 minus 40, get 60%. Okay, and out of this remainder, 70% are fiction, right? So you put 70% over here. Okay, 70% fiction. And 100 minus 70, you get 30%. Huh? So 30% will be adults. Sorry, not adults, assessment books. Okay, not adult books, assessment books. Adult books sound very wrong. Huh? So I was thinking of the previous question, A stand for adults. Okay, so how do we do this question, right? Okay, since they say that 70% of the remainder, all right, you must take 70% times 60%, okay, to find the percentage of the fiction books. Okay, you know this, right? Under remainder concept, you take the 70% here times this 60% here, you get a percentage that belongs to the fiction books. Okay, so you take 70 over 100. Okay, 70% is 70 over 100, right? Times 60%. Okay, you will get 42%. And this will represent the percentage of books which are fiction. Okay? Okay, since the question says that there are 30 more fiction books than non-fiction books, right? So what do you need to do? Okay, you need to take the fiction minus the non-fiction. Right, so you take 42 minus 40, you get 2, okay? Right, anyway, this percentage, okay? And so 2%, all right, 2% will stand for the extra books, which is 30. Okay? Okay, 2% will stand for 30 because there are 30 more fiction books than non-fiction books. Oh, some schools have learned percentage here, is it? Okay, but in this case, it's okay because you can just convert this to fraction. All right, if you didn't know percentage, right, you can actually convert the percentage to fraction. Okay, 40% is the same as 2 over 5, right? The question may give us something like this. All right, and 70% is same as 7 over 10. All right, but in that case, if you haven't learned percentage first, maybe you can focus on the question first, okay? Because for me, some of my students, they learn percentage before. Okay, so now I need to find the fiction and the adults books. Okay, because I need to find the 60% over here. All right, because you know why not? Because the question says that only the non-fiction books are sold. All right, only the non-fiction books are sold, right? All right, so in this case, I will need to find the 60%. Okay, because the 60% remain the same. The fiction and adults remain the same. All right, so 60% will be 30 divided by 2 times 60. All right, you get 900 books. Okay, 900 books, right? All right, so now, since they say that 25% of the remaining books are non-fiction, okay, so 900 books, all right, these 900 books over here will stand for 75%, right? You know why? Okay, because you can draw an R3 diagram. Okay, 25% are non-fiction, right? Okay, are non-fiction. So this 75% will stand for the fiction and adults. Fiction, sorry, not adults, fiction plus assessment books. All right, so in this case, 75% will be 900. Okay, from here, you need to find 100% because you need to find the books left, right? So 100% will be 900 divided by 75 times 100. And you get an answer of 1200. Oops, sorry. Okay, you get a final answer of 1200 books. All right. Okay, anyway, percentage is just the same as fraction. All right, you just need to know how to convert from percentage to fraction. But for those who haven't learned yet, right, do not worry because you'll be learning at the second half of this year. Okay, so you can skip this question first. But for those who learned before, do take note of how to solve these type of questions. Okay, next one, constant concept. Okay, constant concept, remember, right, just like I mentioned about constant part, constant total, and constant difference, right? So can you look at this question over here? All right, try to understand what concept is this question trying to test, right? Is it constant part, constant total, or constant difference? Okay, and the answer is constant difference, right? Because you're dealing with age, right? You're dealing with age. The keyword is age. Okay, so when you see question that link with age, it means the difference stays the same. All right, the difference stays the same. Okay, so let's write out the starting ratio for Francis' age and Grace's age. So for Francis and Grace, the starting ratio is 3:5. Okay, so what is the difference? Okay, D stands for difference. Okay, the difference will be 2 units. Okay, 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay, and so now in 4 years' time, what is the ratio between Francis to age? Francis is to Grace, sorry. Okay, Francis to Grace will be 2:3. All right, and the difference in this case is 3 minus 2 is 1 unit. So far, so good. I'm just writing down the information as given. Okay, so remember when you do problem sums, even if you get stuck, you just write down the information that's been given, right? And you may get some working marks from there also. Don't leave the question blank, okay? Because if you leave the question blank, it will be very good for a teacher. The teacher will just mark you 0, right? You save the teacher a lot of work. Okay, so just write down information that's given, right? And hopefully you get some working marks and you get some ideas how to do also. All right, so as I mentioned, this question is a constant difference. So I will need to make the difference here the same as the difference over here. All right, I need to make the difference the same, right? So in this case, I need to times 2 over here. All right, I will get 4 is 2. 4 is to 6 is 2, right? Okay, because I have the purpose of this is to make the difference here the same as the difference here. Understand? Okay, so now let's compare the two ratio. For Francis, it increased by how many units? 1 unit, right? Same thing for Grace, right? Grace also increased by 1 unit. Understand? So both of them increased by 1 unit. And so just nice, right? This 1 unit will stand for 4 years. Okay, so this 1 unit in this case will stand for 4 years. Okay, and so now to find Francis' age now. Okay, how old is Francis? They want to find what is Francis' age. Okay, this is a part where most students get mistake. Okay, please don't commit some mistake. Okay, most students will take 4 units times 4, right? Because Francis is 4 units over here, right? They take 4 times 4, they get 16. And this is wrong. Okay, do you know why this is wrong? Can you help me a guess? Why I can't just take 4 units times 4? Okay, the keyword is in 4 years' time, right? This is a keyword. Okay, in 4 years' time means has it happened yet? No, right? It hasn't happened yet, right? In 4 years' time means 4 years later, right? It hasn't happened yet. Okay, so Francis now is still belong to the 3 units. Okay, please be very careful on this. All right. So what you need to do is you need to find 3 units and not 4 units. Okay, so 3 units will be 4 times 3. Okay, and you will get 12 years old. Okay, so this is the answer for Francis' age now. Okay, not 4 years later. Okay, so this is an example of constant difference. And of course, you need to be familiar with constant part and constant total, okay? Constant part and constant total also. All right, let's go through one last example. And this involves everything change. All right, this is not so easy, this type of question. Okay, so I'll go, hopefully at the end of this example, you will know how to do this type of question. Okay, so as I mentioned, everything change means what? Nothing stays the same, right? Okay, that means the Sam's change and Tom's will change also, right? The total will change. Okay, so the starting ratio for Sam's saving to Tom's saving is 6:7. Okay, Sam saved $30 while Tom spent $40. Okay, and in the end, their ratio is 3:2. Okay, and how much money did each of them have at first? All right, so you can see, right? The everything will change, right? Because Sam plus 30 while Tom minus 40, right? The difference is not the same. Okay, so let's write down the starting for Sam and Tom. Sam is 6 units at the start, while Tom is 7 units at the start, right? Okay, so Sam saved $30, so plus 30 over here, while Tom spent $40, so minus 40. Okay, okay, now 6 units plus 30 is just a 6U plus 30. You just put plus 30 behind, lah. All right, and 7 units minus 40 is the same as 7U minus 40. Okay, just leave it behind that. All right, and the final ratio, the question got say, right, 3:2, right? Okay, but in this case, you put 3 parts and 2 parts. Instead of putting units, you put as parts, right? Because, be very careful, the units over here is different from the units over here. Right, they are different units, so you can't put 3 units and 2 units. Right, if not, you'll get penalized. Okay, do you understand this? This is very important, right? The units over here is different from the units over here, so I label this as parts. All right. Okay, so now we know the ratio between this one is to this one is 3:2, right? So let's write down the ratio. So 6 units plus 30 is to 7 units minus 40 is equals to 3:2. Okay, to find 1 unit, right, the fastest method is to do a method called the cross multiplication. Okay, have you learned this in school already? Okay, you haven't learned yet, I'm going to teach you now. All right, you simply do a cross multiply. Okay, you take this one times this one equals to this one times this one. Okay, can you see a cross over here? Okay, this one times this one equals this one times this one. All right, so you do a cross multiplication, you get 2 times 6 units plus 30 equals to 3 times 7 units minus 40. Okay, you do a cross multiplication. Okay, do you know the reason how this works? Okay, the reason how this works because I want to make this to be the same as this. Okay, so here must times 2 to get 6 part, right? And here must times 3 to get 6 part. All right, so once you have 6 parts over here, the same as 6 parts over here. Okay, so that's why we can equate them together. This will be, right, this one will be equal to this one. All right, so if you haven't learned this before, do learn it now because this will be very useful next time we will do problem sums in the future, okay? Okay, so now you open up a bracket. So 2 times 6 units, you get 12 units. While 2 times 30, you get 60. 7 times 7 units, you get 49 units. While 7 times 40, you get minus. Sorry, this is not 7. I read wrongly, sorry. This is supposed to be a 3, not 7. Okay, because it's 3 times this one, right? Okay, so 3 times 7 units, you get 21 units. While 3 times 40, you get minus 120. Yes, I made a mistake. It should be 3. Okay, now to find 1 unit, right? If you haven't learned algebra, because you'll be learning algebra in P6, right? If you haven't learned algebra yet, you can actually use model drawing to solve for 1 unit. And this is what you do, okay? All right, so 12 units plus 60. So you draw 12 units over here. Okay, 12 units plus 60 equals to 21 units minus 120. Okay, so you draw 21 units over here, a long one. Then minus away 120. Can you see how the model works? Right, 12 units plus 60 is equal to 21 units minus 120. Okay? Okay, so from here you can find what is 21 unit minus 12 unit? It's 9 unit, right? So basically from here to here is 9 units. So 9 unit will stand for 60 plus 120. Okay, do you understand? So 9 unit will stand for 60 plus 120. Okay, so from here you can find 1 unit. So 1 unit will be 180 divided by 9, which is 20. And the question asks for each of them at first. Okay, so SAM at first is 6 unit, right? Remember, SAM? So you take 6 times 20, you get $120, while Tom at first will be 7 times 20, which is $140. Okay, and that will be your final answer. All right. Yes, instead of Jess, you're asking the question, is there other method using it other than cross multiply? Yes, there are other methods. Some students, they use a model drawing, and some students use other type of method like ratio or things like that. But I found that the fastest way is still to cross multiply. Okay, I think that this is so far the most fastest way to do this question. All right, understand? Okay, so this type of question is considered quite challenging. These are the 5 marks questions that you will see in your exam papers. Okay, so you must make sure that you know how to do this type of question. If you really want to score A star, then this is the type of question that you cannot avoid. Okay, you must learn how to solve. And hopefully, I hope that you learned something useful today. You have learned how to do this cross multiplication method to solve this type of question. Okay, so let's give some final tips for your exam. All right. So remember, easy one first, tough ones later. Okay, let the master Sifu give you some tips. All right, easy one first, tough one later. If you get stuck in the question, right, just move on. Okay, don't spend so much time on one question, because I found that many students, they don't have time to finish a paper, right? Because they spend too much time on those that they don't understand, they can't solve. In the end, they miss out those questions that they can solve. All right, so if you can't do, just skip first, but make sure that you got enough time to come back later and solve. All right, when you look through, when you get a paper, all right, a good tip is to look through the paper first. All right, I found out that this is quite useful because you can identify those questions that you actually need to spend more time. All right, and you can actually leave that to the end. All right, looking through a paper first also give you a guide on how difficult the paper is. Okay, and remember, always check your answers. All right, so after you do the question just now, all right, in your exams, in the end, always make sure that you have time to check your answers. All right, don't get case mistake for your plus and minus, etc. And do not skip steps or show all workings clearly. This is very important because I'm seeing a lot of students, they just jump steps from one another. All right, and this will result in loss in working marks. All right, so you can see that for just now, I didn't skip any steps, right? I show all my steps clearly one by one. Okay, so do not skip your steps, okay? And last but not least, presentation is very important. Okay, so it's 1 unit, write 1 unit, all right? So don't write 1 unit as one part, etc. Okay. Okay, so do take note of your presentation also. Okay, so that's it. All right, that's the end of the lesson today. If you still have questions, do stay back and can ask me in the chat box and I'll answer to you. And we are running out of spaces in our P5 tuition classes. Okay, if you can make it for our schedule, our P5 tuition classes are happening on Sundays. All right, if your parents are around, do ask them to listen to this now. And you can actually click the link, all right, the yellow button right below the video, okay, to access our schedule there, okay? So we actually only have a few spaces for English and Maths especially, right? So you can make it, do join our classes. And I'm also running a promotion for my online course. Okay, what I've just shared so far, the methods can all be learned under this online course. This online course contains recorded videos, like example like this, except this is live, not recorded. Okay, and contains many examples and assignments which you can practice. Okay, so you in this course, you'll learn the 8 methods to solve different types of problem sums. All right, and from now till 30th of April, which is this Saturday, you can actually just grab this course for only $49. Right, the usual cost is a 150. That's the usual cost. All right, so that's it for this lesson. Let me see if you have questions. Do stay back. If not, good luck for your exams, and I hope to see you online soon again. Oh yeah, Joel, asking is there other method to get the answer? As I mentioned, yes. All right, some students they use ratio and things like that, but I think the faster method is still to use the cross multiplication. Okay. Yes. Of course, in the problem sums, you must write the sentence, the final statement. Okay. If not, you are lost in working marks. All right. But for this presentation, to save time, I did write the final sentence. Is there any other question? For the buns question, I still don't know how to get the 400 plus buns. The question got same, huh? Let's look at the question again, okay? Right, the question got say, right? The total buns is 496. Right, that's how they get the 496 buns. Okay, welcome everyone. Hope that you learned something useful and good luck for your coming exams, okay? Okay, anyway, I'm going to log off now, but you still have lessons, you can type in our chat box and I will type my replies to you. All right, so see you all soon.